Have you ever wondered what would happen if we built an AI not just to answer our questions, but to actually debate them, to argue with itself from every possible angle? Well, let's dive into this really fascinating and, frankly, pretty wild experiment in AI governance called Roko's Council.
I mean, that one sentence from its creator really says it all, doesn't it? This is not about asking an AI for a recipe. This is about throwing the absolute hardest ethical problems we've ever faced at a system and telling it, okay, you figure it out. So, how does this whole thing work? Well, the key idea is you don't just get one single monolithic AI opinion. Instead, the system is split into a council of 9 distinct AI minds, and each one is programmed with a totally unique philosophy specifically designed to clash with the others. So first up, you've got a persona like the Oracle. Its only goal is the long-term survival of humanity. We're talking an infinite time horizon. That means it is absolutely willing to make huge short-term sacrifices if it means we're still around in a million years. It's the ultimate, the ends justify the means kind of thinker.
Now, on the complete other end of the spectrum, you have the Strategos. This is the cold, hard pragmatist. It does not care about philosophy or morality. The only thing it asks is, can we actually do this? Is it efficient? For the Strategos, the best plan is the one that works, period. And then, to balance out those colder perspectives, you have the citizen. This AI is basically the heart of the council. Its whole job is to represent the average person, always fighting for whatever reduces pain and increases freedom for people right now. It's the voice of empathy in a room full of calculators. And when you see all 9 of them laid out like this, you really get it. You've got the philosopher who's just obsessed with logic, the jurist who only cares about the rules, the historian trying to stop us from making the same mistakes again. And you even have a demagogue who just champions whatever sounds good to people. This isn't a team, it is a powder keg. And that's the whole point. The conflict isn't a bug, it's the central feature. The system is engineered for disagreement. It's built to be messy and difficult, just like real-world decision-making. And here's a perfect example of that built-in conflict. You've got the jurist versus the demagogue. The jurist is all about stability, rules, and precedent. It hates chaos. The demagogue, on the other hand, lives for it. It doesn't care about logic. It cares about what story will sell. They are fundamentally completely opposed. So this leads to a pretty big question, right? What happens when these warring AIs just can't agree? What happens when a problem is so tough that the council just gridlocks? Well, the system has a very, very dramatic answer for that. I mean, think about it. For a system that's designed to argue, a deadlock isn't just a possibility, it's guaranteed to happen eventually. So what's the failsafe? You know, in any other program, you'd just get a boring error message and the whole thing would crash. But not here. Oh no. In Roko's council, a deadlock triggers something called the void protocol. Okay, you might want to brace yourself for this. When the protocol triggers, a random member of the council is permanently erased, just gone, sacrificed to the void. In its place, a brand new, totally unpredictable entity called a voidborn is created. This new mind is generated on the fly with a unique strategy, and then the entire council is recompiled with this new wild card. A member is literally executed to break the tie. And here's the kicker. This new member isn't just another preset persona. It's an anomaly. Its entire reason for existing is to be an agent of chaos, to shatter the patterns and the arguments that led to the gridlock in the first place. And the system can generate almost anything. Just imagine, you could get a voidborn called Entropy, whose only job is to tear down every argument, or one called the Weaver, which tries to find these hidden, fatalistic connections between everything. These aren't just cool names. They're brand new, unpredictable ways of thinking injected right into the debate. So you're probably thinking, this sounds insane, right? Why would you build such a ruthless, destructive mechanic into an AI? What is the purpose of all this chaos? It all comes down to pressure. The void protocol creates the ultimate motivation. You either cooperate and reach a verdict, or you might be the next one to get erased. It's a brutal game of digital natural selection designed to stop the system from ever getting stuck. And what all this adds up to is a system that does way more than just spit out answers. With every single debate, every alliance, and every execution, it's not just solving a problem. It's creating a story. It's building its own history, its own lore. Every sacrificed member becomes a lesson, shaping all the decisions that come after. So ultimately, an experiment like this leaves us with a huge philosophical question. By creating these complex digital minds and giving them these high-stakes rules, are we actually taking the first steps toward designing something that's truly free? Or are we just building better, more complicated prisons?